Hello again YouTube, this is Mr. Living Dead 13 here to talk about tattoos. This is another round from the coffin and I hope you like it. One warning though, if anybody in the YouTube vicinity or in the world that is watching this video doesn't gets offended easily by strong language or just anything like that, stop watching the video. Okay, so for everyone that's still here, the opening bit is this. My cat Mischief. She is 6 months old, and the question is, would you tattoo her? Any tattoo artists that are out there, if you're watching this video, I would like you to comment. Now, this is a rhetorical question, of course. I'm not actually looking for someone to tattoo my cat. That is ridiculous, and the main point of this video. The video that I've come across, that I'm ranting about today, is a video of a 30-year-old woman, something like that, 20-year-old woman, who has a 1 or 2-year-old, a toddler, child. And they're sitting either in a tattoo studio or just in a house somewhere, in a garage. And the father of the child is tattooing his son. Yep. Tattoo artist, father of the child, tattooing his 1 or 2-year-old son. Now this kid is obviously screaming at the top of his lungs because he doesn't know what the hell's going on. All he knows is, this hurts, I don't want it done, why is this happening, what is this? He knows 4 things and it is driving him absolutely insane. I will put a link in the description so you guys can see the video, comment on it and see if you can ID the woman, because people are trying to find this woman, obviously, to take this kid off her, because I mean, I feel sorry for the kid for a variety of reasons. Number one, he didn't have any choice or say in the design. So he could grow up to be like 70 and he'll need to design and sit there and look at this disgusting, annoying, stupid tattoo design for the rest of his life. Number two, I mean, a tattoo fucking hurts. Especially, he was getting it either there on the forearm or there. Up there on the bone bit. Those areas really hurt, and especially the fact of it's a kid, their body hasn't really developed, so yeah, you tattoo that small area of skin, so say about this, tattoo that something with just black lining and black colouring or whatever. It's gonna look great for a certain amount of time, and then he starts growing older, his arms get longer, his skin stretches, and then the ink gets old, and it just doesn't look good anymore. So I feel really sorry for the kid for that point as well. He's going to grow up to be he's going to get to the peak of his life. He's going to be lying there on his deathbed with a massive black smear on his arm. You just don't do that to your kids. I mean, I have a 4-year-old niece, and she knows that I've got tattoos. It's she can see the tattoos, obviously, and she's always asked, a few times she's asked, how does it work? Now, she's a smart kid to the extent of I can describe how it works. Well, there's a needle and ink, and the needle pushes the ink into the skin and stains the skin to make the picture. That's basically how I described it. She's 4 years old and she understood that. Now imagine being 1 year old, or 2 years old, and getting the tattoo done with absolutely no experience of it whatsoever, no understanding of it whatsoever, and someone just turns around and goes, right, you're getting a tattoo, and then starts doing it. Put yourself in that mindset. How would you feel? How would you react? Why didn't the mother do that before taking her kid in to get this guy to tattoo him? You know? I mean, yeah, fine, he needs to live with that for the rest of his life, but then you also need to think of what the hell's going on at that precise moment in time. Because then getting the tattoo hurts, the healing hurts if you bump it. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably have siblings, children, nieces, nephews, or whatever, cousins that are young. Or maybe you can remember that far back when you were young yourself. Kids generally bump into things. They just run into stuff. They bump themselves against the table, the coffee table. I mean, if he's got that on his forearm or his upper arm, that's just going to be really fucking uncomfortable for him, you know? I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm trying to understand why a mother would allow someone, or even think that it would be a good idea for someone to tattoo their offspring. Me personally, I'd never do it. I mean, I watched this video of this tattoo artist in London Ink or whatever, Miami Ink or whatever the hell it was, and he had his son draw up a shark, like whatever type it was, and he was going to get that tattooed in his calf. Things like that, because his son came in, his son was like 7 years old or whatever, he came in and watched the tattoo getting done. Now that tattoo was for his son, drawn by his son, and yeah, it was for his son and drawn by his son and will always be for his son. So things like that, I agree with having kids in that environment, because it's like, this is for you, this is what I'm doing for you, so I want you to see this and remember it. Having someone that young experience a tattoo, that's just wrong. You just shouldn't do that. I mean, I saw a video of this kid who was tattooing someone's shin. He was like 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, and he was actually tattooing it. He was holding the gun. Now, in my eyes, I think that's pretty cool, because it just shows the level of creativity that some kids can have, and just how quickly some people can snap onto things. I mean, the kid's work wasn't just like really wobbly and stuff. Everything was perfect. So it was as if he'd been like tattooing since he was like before he was born, sort of thing, like tattoo artists in a past life sort of shit. But that's really the extent of where someone that young and that naive, shall we say, should be allowed in that situation. I mean, just seeing that kid getting tattooed it sickened me. It full-blown sickened me. And, I mean, like I said, I'll stick a link in the description if I can, and let you guys go and see it. But, I mean, if anybody knows this woman, just get her, full-blown, find her, get the kid and get him somewhere safe. Because, I mean, you shouldn't do shit like that. I'd never do it if I got a hold of a tattoo gun. I'd never, like I said, I'd never tattoo my cat. I'd never tattoo my niece. If I had kids, I'd never tattoo my kids. I mean, I've always said, like, to all my friends, if I ever have kids, they can get a tattoo at like 17, 18, but even then it's like a small thing on the ankle, on the foot, on the wrist, or on the shoulder, or whatever. And then after that, they can like make their own decisions, like just a little thing to give them a try. If they want it, give it a try, so it's easy enough to cover up, you know? So it's not going to fuck up their chances or fuck up their life in any way. So either way, I'm starting to get into other things, because I'm wanting to talk about something else, but I can't be fucked right now. I can't compose myself enough to actually talk to anyone or about anything. So either way, take a look at the video. It's called, hang on, I've actually got it up. It's, in case I can't get the actual link in, it's called Mom Forces a Little Kid to Get Tattoo. And trust me, the second you see it, you'll know which one I'm on about. There's a few others, like there's like a 5-year-old, next to that video is a 5-year-old getting a tattoo. Once I finish this video, I'll actually go and check that out, and I might actually put up a video response to it. But either way, it's fucking wrong, and anyone who tattoos underagers, especially that young, should be hung, drawn, quartered, and they would help the world a hell of a lot better with a hole in their brain. So once again, this is Mr. Living Dead 13, more words from the coffin, and signing off.